everyone, it's Jenny with Joey and Jenny's Little Yellow House, and you can find us on YouTube at Joey143Jenny. You can also find us on Instagram at Joey143Jenny. So, welcome. I haven't made a video in a few days. I've been a little under the weather, and so I've done a little bit here and there, but just nothing big that I could stay focused on. So I haven't done a few videos, but I've finished a few crafts. I've gotten a couple of journal covers completed, and I also made some fabric flips, and I messed around some more with Kathy Holden the cutting dies, which was super fun. I made a bunch of little mini envelopes, and that was a lot of fun. What I'm doing right now is I'm making a journal cover, and this is going to be, pardon my voice, I've got some allergies going. This is going to be kind of a, just a little of this and that. It's not going to be super fancy, but it's going to have a lot of vintage things in it. And what I'm using for the front and back cover is just painter's tarp. I use painter tarp for a lot of things. I think I mentioned that before, but these are scraps from, I actually recovered or not recovered, I did a slip cover for one of our love seats in this, so I had some left over. And then inside is just the front of an Amazon packaging, just an envelope that some things came in, who knows what. And so what I've done is I'm just covering that. I did put on the other side where the bubbles were actually showing, because, you know, if you cut that envelope open, you're going to see the bubbles. Just to protect those bubbles and kind of keep the squishy, I put some of that Amazon packing material that comes. It's kind of like brown paper bag stuff. I don't know if you've ever seen that or not, but it's real crinkly, and it's just the right thickness to use to cover that. So I thought, well, I'll just go ahead and glue a little bit of that on there. And then what I'm doing is I'm just going around the edge of this tarp that I cut, and the journal is going to be 9 by 12, so 9 by 6 once it's folded. And then so I cut this just a little bit bigger, and I didn't cut it, I tore it so I could have the raw edges. And then I'm going to sew around it close to the folder that's in there, that manila envelope thing that's in there, kind of close to that, so I have just this little raw edge peeking out. So yeah, so I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to cut some tear some papers out of some old ledgers and different things, and you know, try to get those in on a signature and get another journal completed. And I thought what I might do is just put it on pause for a minute and sew, because I think my sewing machine's going to really rattle this phone, the camera, and I think it's going to jiggle and could make you dizzy. So I'm going to just pause for a few seconds. I'm going to give it a quick sew around, and then I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back, and that would have drove you crazy because it rattled and rolled, this camera. So as you can see, I just went around. It's still split here, and I'm planning on maybe ruffling that out a little bit more. I'll wait until it's done, because a lot of that will happen while I'm working on it. But it's very soft, very pliable. It feels nice in the hand. You can kind of, you know, round it around and stuff. One thing I wanted to tell you about this tarp is I've used it for so many things. So we used to live in this house that had 15-foot windows. Is that right? 12-foot windows, maybe? I think it was 12-foot windows. And I bought the longest of these that you could find, that you could buy, the longest tarps. And, you know, they're finished all the way around, so they're already hemmed. So all I did was just, you know, clipped them with those clips and hung them. And honestly, they just draped so beautifully. And I think I used 6 of them for those windows. And what I loved about it is, you know, in the spring when I would launder them, I would hang them back in the window to dry. I didn't put them in the dryer, just dry them in the window. And as they dry, you know, all the wrinkles would come out, and then they smell so good because that, you know, that whatever your fabric detergent smell is, oh, fragrance, it smelled so good. Anyways, but I also have used them, like I said, to make slip covers. It wasn't the first time that I had made one, but I was trying to use leftover fabric that I had instead of buying more. And there is a difference. So if you ever do want to do something that matters with this, you want to get the one that's really a tight weave. This is a very loose weave, and so it has a lot of give. And what reminded me to tell you is because while I was sewing, it was just, it feels like the whole thing is on a bias, but it's not. It just has so much give because it's a looser weave. But they do make some that are a really tight weave. And when I would go to the hardware store, and I got these at Harbor Freight, you can pick those out. You can see it right away. You can see the difference. But what happened was our store was out, so I ordered a bunch online, and I got a mixture. So anyways, I just tell you that for the kicks of it all. So what I thought I would put in this is I wanted to put some more of my ledger paper in. And so I am just going to see if I can remember where I tore out of. See if I can nicely tear some ledger paper out. And I'm just going to put a bunch of ledger paper in this one. Isn't that just a wonderful cover? I just love that. So yeah, so that's what I thought I would do, is go through some of my old ledgers. So here's one. What I really need to do is to just unbind some of these so that they come out nice and smooth. That one's fine. I'll just tidy it up a little bit. But look at the wonderful color. Love it. And they're such interesting sizes. Look at this one. It's so long. I don't have a ruler near me, but I can guess at it. Let's say it's near 16, 15 to 16. It's got some great writing in it. Lots of figures. I think I'm going to just, let's see, is it completely full? I think I'll just take one from the back. Oh, some stuff in the back too. Nice. I'm okay if it does have a little bit of a rough edge there. I think that's okay. Pardon my voice and all. So this, it says 1914 to something 1915. Not sure. This one's a great one. I think you might have seen this one because I think I used this in the envelope journal I made. Find where I tore. Look at that. Wow, that color. I think I tore from... Huh. Wonder where I tore that from. Wherever I tore it, it's going to be easier to tear. So, well, let's just go for it. Looks like this is where I tore it. Now, let's just hope when I put it in the journal that it doesn't crumble. Okay, look at this. This is also very long. Let's see if I can get a measurement somewhat on that. That's like 17 inches. And it's just a bunch of canceled ledger, and not canceled ledger, but the ledger for the checks. It's pretty cool. It's just, this wants to come out, it looks like. Let's just take it. And it's a interesting kind of, we'll just take 2, I guess. We'll see what happens. It's kind of a pink. It's a really interesting pink color. It's fun. Okay, and then this is also a ledger. It's fun. I have it backwards because it has someone's personal information on the front, and I don't want to like Sharpie it out or anything. It's pretty cool. And then I had just some business things. I don't know what this is. Motor, field speeds, road speeds, cylinder width. I imagine it has something to do with, I don't know, automobiles or something, maybe? I'm not sure. But I know that it has great paper. Really, really feels neat. It's a interesting feeling. Almost feels like fabric to a degree. I'm trying to find a year in here. I don't see one yet. So, some gears of some sort. I don't know what it is. I don't know. Interesting, though. Here's an old business mathematics book. I've used this in a few. One thing I like about this is that when you tear it out, it has this really great, if I can get it good, spiral tear, you know. It's pretty fun. And then I just grabbed some stuff out of my stash. Here's a purchase order. And some coffee dyed, maybe tea dyed, more coffee dyed. I think all of this is coffee dyed too. So all I'm going to do is just get it ready to go in, and if we have time, I'm going to go ahead and sew the signature in, and let's hope that we have more success than we did when I made the stamp and label ephemera holders. They turned out great, but it was a mess trying to get it that way. But this is a 3-hole pamphlet. I think I have this one down lickety split. So we'll put those in. Joey's doing really good. We went to the doctor this week, and he is just right on track. As a matter of fact, he's gonna, ooh, look how pretty that is. He's going to, I think I'm gonna fold this inside. He's gonna go back to work in April, and he's really excited about that. He'll have limited, oh, what's it called? Return with limitations or something like that. He still has what's called a 12-week recovery for his hip, but he's getting along so much better. He's not using the he's not using the walker anymore. He does use the cane once in a while, mainly because he gets tired when he's not using his cane. So he walks, and then when he gets tired, he'll use his cane, you know, just to kind of support, which I'm happy about that. I don't want, you know, at this stage in the game, I don't want anything happening. Okay, so this one is pretty well together. I'm trying to think of what to do with that. So we need to, I'll use this as my gauge here. Keep it, I think I'm going to just fold it like that, hopefully. See how that little seam does. Okay, so fold it like that, and then maybe fold it this way. A little origami here. And Joey's folks were in this past weekend. Was a very nice, relaxing visit. Was his father's. We did a little celebration for his father's 80th birthday, and that was really nice. It's exciting to celebrate your folks. Oh, some old glue came off of there. All right, let me think here. We put that in the signature like that. Yeah, that should work. So I want to keep it, just want to keep it straight. I think I'm going to just fold this in half. Now, once we put them in the signature, they may, once I sew them in, they may crumble. And if that's the case, we'll just put some washi on them and, help to strengthen them. That one's not very even, but that's okay. It's going to be on the opposite ends of the book. So we're expecting, well, we've had some rain, and we are expecting some snow, which I thought we were past that stage, but I guess not. We had a really hard frost, and Joey's magnolia tree was just full of buds, just waiting for one more sunny day. And a hard frost came and just took it. Now all those buds are black, like a brownish black. But if I remember right, they'll bloom, they'll have a double bloom, like a bloom again in later, like, I can't remember if it's June or July. I'm going to just cut this down real quick, get that little bit of that goo off of there. So we'll see what happens, but it's disappointing because he loves it so much. He loves the smell of it. And I've never been able to smell it. It's funny. But I think I'm going to just go on this one and get a gauge here. I think I'm going to fold it. And then fold that one back or in or something, and maybe make a pocket or something with that, and just fold it back a little bit. Okay. I think I'm going to do the same with this one. Just fold them both in a little bit. So I'm very eager to start working in the garden. Boy, it really needs some help. First, though, I need to rake it really well, and we need to put some really good soil back down. What do I want to go first? I love that color. I think I'm going to go that one first. And then just put a plain. Maybe try to alternate. Let's see if I can alternate them. That's going to be a problem that's going to be a problem. Okay, I think I'm going to go ahead and trim that down now. Because what will happen is once I sew that signature in, it's going to lock in the other piece of this paper. I don't want that to happen. Okay. There's that. We'll put this one here. Okay. And this one. It's fun. And these are all kinds of different paper to kind of, when you coffee dye, if you haven't coffee dyed before, or tea dyed, or what have you, the different papers sound different. They take the dye from the coffee and the tea just a little bit different. Oh, there goes the train. Yeah, I think I want it like that. This is one, I don't know if you can see those lines or not, but this is one I coffee dyed in the oven, and so it got the grid from the oven. That was fun. I really enjoy coffee dyeing when I can put them outside. They turn out so beautifully. I mean, they turn out anyways, but they're just different when you put them outside. What do I want in the middle? I think I want this little guy in the middle. Put this one here. Put that there. Okay. Whoopsie. Okay. So I think it's going pretty good. I think that looks pretty good, and it feels fine. I think, let's see how many pages we have, because we might be able to put a couple more in there. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I wonder if maybe we should put this one in too. I'm looking to see what might happen when I take that needle through here. If that's going to be trouble. Okay, I think that's going to be trouble. Yep, I think it is. Let me see what this one, how that's laying. Oh, I did it differently with this one, so that one's going to be fine. What I did with that one is I folded it this way, so it wasn't competing with this seam. But I don't think I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to tear out another piece of paper. Just add one more page. Well, this looks like a fun one. Just add one more page. I'm sorry I'm not super talkative or anything. I've had, you know, a nice day. Like I said, it's been kind of rainy, and Joey and I had a nice lunch together at tacos. And but for some reason, I just am having this allergy situation, and it's causing my throat to kind of swell a little bit. Anyways, I hope everybody's doing good. I hope your week has been going well. We're almost finished with the week. And so that's pretty cool. Have a nice weekend. Spring weather. Hopefully spring weather is around the corner. Okay, and then I'm also going to grab a couple of my big paper clips, because this guy is a little I'm going to do that. See if I can catch, there we go, catch him in there. Yeah. Okay, now let's center it and put this in. Just use my little clamps if they'll fit to hold that. I like to kind of keep it at about a 90 degree just because I feel like that helps those pages stay there while you're, oh, yeah. Oh gosh, I forgot to get the thread. I'll have to run over and grab that real quick. I feel like they feel like they stay a little bit better. This doesn't look like it's, okay. Oh gosh, this cover's as thick as the pages are. But I'm hoping it works. Hoping it works. Okay, carry on without me. I'm going to run over here and I'm going to get my string. I had to move my little pickup truck. So I thought, well, I'll just bring it over. It's fun to have it. Oh, let's put that there. Perfect. Okay, so remember, I'm going to go 3 of the length. I always go just a smidgy more. I don't know why. I always think, oh, this is going to be the one time that I run out. All right, put the cargo back. And I'm going to thread my needle. And then I'm going to use my awl to make those holes. Oh, I can hear the rain. Oh, I love that. I love that rain against the window. I love it. Okay, now I'm going to use my book that I got when the dollar store was $1. And I don't know if you remember me telling you, I thought it was going to be a really good book because it was about high school kids, their first love. It was naughty. So I use it to poke holes. So I'm going to go, this one I think is going to have some washi. I better do that before I poke that hole. Alright, I'm going to blindly reach in to my washi container and see what I come out with. If anything would work. I think this will be fine. I think another train's coming. It's busy. Busy train time. Got a little crease in there, but I think it's not gonna show once the string is in there anyways. Okay. Like this. Okay, let's make sure that's still in. Make sure that that's still lined up. Yep, okay. All right. Quick repair there. Yeah, it's a busy time for trains. Once, like they'll come about, once they start coming, they come about once an hour, but that's usually at night. I love it. It never bothers me. It doesn't wake me up. As a matter of fact, it puts me to sleep when I hear the trains at night. But sometimes in the early evening, like right now, they'll come about every 20 minutes. So that's kind of neat. All right, so let's move that out of the way. And let's see how we did. I brought my pliers this time just in case. Now, what I'm going to do is because this is such a thick weave, a loose weave, it's already closed back up. So I'm going to use my awl to remind me where that hole is. So that's what I did here. I can keep my finger on it. Okay, so I want to keep that down here. Now I'm going to go back in here, but I don't want to split that one. Otherwise, I won't be able to tie it very tight. But I do want to go back in the same hole. There we go. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. Popped you right in the nose. And where's this one at? Right there. That just reminds me where it was. Oh, closed up again. Tricks to try to make it go smooth, you know. Try. Huh, come on. Oh, I've gone between pages here. Let me see if I can get it by closing the book a little bit. There we go. Sometimes if you'll close the book really tight, the pages will line up again. Okay, pull the direction it's going. Kind of make sure it's nice and tight. I'm just going to make a knot here. And then, oops. I don't know if you remember me telling you, I always like to make sure that I leave some thread in the needle just so that it's a little easier to find when I'm snooping through my stuff, because this is what this is the situation. So I need to help myself a little bit. Probably would help myself a lot more if I just tidied that up, but I just rummage around. So that, you hear that? That means people are getting off work, hauling home. Okay, so now let's see how this went with this a little bit crackly paper. I hear the train. And I don't know what I'm going to do with the front. I mean, I'll probably put some fabrics and pieces and things on there. Maybe some of those old hankies that we found the other couple weeks back. Yeah, that one I could hear quite a ways away. Wonder if it's hauling quite a bit. Okay. All right, let's see what we got. I might put maybe a pocket in there or something. Okay, we have that old piece. That did fine. That did fine. Good. So far, so good. Everybody behaved. Okay. Good. Is that fun paper? Just love these colors. Just love it. Okay, here's our middle. I wasn't very straight on that. Might have to put something over that. Here's our middle. It appears as though all the paper did really well. You know, except for that one that well, this one might need a little bit of repair. We'll see. Yeah, it's gonna, I'll put something on that too. Well, we'll have fun decorating it. Definitely have some stuff to put in. It has tons of writing space. This would be really great to give to someone that logs a lot of things because of all the ledger paper. Maybe somebody that's in business or something. Okay, great. Yeah. All right, well, we got that done. There's this spine. I'm happy about it. So then all we need to do is just decorate and put some ephemera in there. Awesome. Thank you, everybody. Thanks for hanging out with me and getting that going. I needed to get a project going and get things done around here. Get back into the swing of things. So thanks, everybody, for hanging out with me. I wish you were here in person. Wish we were here and we'd sit out on the front porch, maybe have some hot tea and watch the trains go by. Anyways, thanks for joining us. Please know that you're blessed and that you're truly loved. Always that you're loved. Take care, everybody. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.